Oi, oi! It's the Roaring Peacock Leeds United podcast here, back once again with the Renegade Masters.
Default damager.
Power to the people!
With the ill behaviour.
It's been 2 weeks since we last did a main cast, so I'll rush through the news very quickly. The LUFC women beat Barnsley and Liverpool and lost to Wolves. The under-18s beat Burnley. The under-21s lost to Tranmere. The under-23s lost to Wigan and drew with West Ham. And the first team lost to Liverpool. And Harvey Elliot was lost to us as well. Condolences. For the first time in our history, we launched a purple kit. Bamford and Phillips.
Which you and loves.
Fucking forgotten about that. It hasn't been a bad enough week already.
Bamford and Phillips starred for England during the international break, and following Struijk's red card against Liverpool, it's confirmed he'll miss 3 matches after the appeal against his red card was unsuccessful. My name's Adonis. You know me as at the Adelites on Twitter. It's a very good hello from me. Joining us to discuss all of that and probably much more is the Warden of the North at Sam Ward LUFC Warden.
That's the one, mate. Good evening, everyone.
Hashtag old Twitter handles. And
we got Barney now.
No, Barney underscore. No. At Barney LUFC 21. Barnes.
Oi, oi! All right.
Oi, oi. And Machiavelli, the Prince of Darkness himself at Ewan Metcalf.
Good evening, folks.
Good evening. Right, where to start?
Fucking, there's not a good place to start, is there?
Nah, it's been a bit of shit, really, hasn't
Start
it?
with the women.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've won.
I'll tell you what, I've got a money spider here.
There you go. It's changing. Our look's changing.
Look at that. Hey?
How much are we getting for these adverts now, Donny?
Can you see it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good in.
So get your bets in.
Don't
responsibly.
Don't kill it live on air because all the Buddhists will be onto us, mate.
Oh, no, I can't kill it because I can't see it anymore. Oh, it's pissed off. No worries.
Looks gone.
The money's gone.
Okay. Chronologically, women. We can talk about that. 5-0, Barnsley.
Like them.
Very good. Highlights. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did well.
They're smashing it, aren't they? They're doing
Right.
really well.
Good
At least
night.
one of
Are we done yet?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're doing well, and she's more to say than our first team, so fair play to them.
Are we going to sponsor one of the footballers? This has been mooted that we might sponsor.
Do you know
Donny?
with
They're looking for
the
sponsorship, aren't
with the 60 messages a day in our group chat?
they? Yeah.
I lost track of that.
I think somebody worked out we had to actually spend some money, and it suddenly went really quiet.
Oh, no.
What, we have to give them money? Bloody hell.
But we'll just put our name on the, on the kit and all that. Will be away.
It's an honour for her to wear it.
It depends how much it is. We might have to get a second mortgage, second or third jobs.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Barney's loaded. He's drinking cold bath bloody
I know.
pale ale.
What are you drinking, Barney?
It's a nice local lager from Harrogate, Cold Bath Brewery. Liam Cooper goes there now and again, and also that dickhead Danny Mills as well.
Harrogate.
Bottling.
Yeah.
You said enough at Harrogate, yeah.
Harrogate. Harrogate.
Can't slag it off now because Bielsa lives there. We've got to be nice about Harrogate.
Yeah, he does.
That's true. That's true.
How much have you been stalking him, Barney?
Well, I do go the long way around back home, actually, to see if I see it. I actually went into Costa for the first time in years as well on Saturday to see if he was there, but he wasn't there.
Bastard. Better luck next time, mate.
Isn't it
Maybe
Betty's now?
I don't know, but where he lives is near Wetherspoons. I won't say the exact spot, but he lives near Wetherspoons.
Oh.
Very nice. Barney's new local.
Yeah, so he's probably going to go in there and get a burger and a pint every day now.
It's when he's in the Turkish baths and he's just having a quiet time with his towel around him, and then suddenly Barney's massaging his neck, rubbing his head. It's like, all right, mate, who are you? Yeah, I'm Barney from the internet. I'm just going to massage you.
Can you tell me about Phillips?
Yeah. Tell me more about Phillips.
When does Calvin come into the men only sauna on a Thursday night? What time?
Actually, Harrogate Baths used to be notorious for that. There was a certain time of the week that people would go there for.
Yeah, 6:15 on a Wednesday. I used to go.
What's it?
I don't think I've ever been in and promise.
Just the other time and place.
Right. Well, that's all the laughter and good times out of the way.
Yeah. Get that out of the way. First 5.
Gallows humour, gentlemen. Gallows humour. Famous for it in Leeds.
Purple kit.
Yeah.
Everybody else can go first. I'll save my crescendo for last.
It's not for me. Like I say, it's too lilac. It's not for me.
Not your colours. Not your
no,
colours.
I don't think I'd suit it. I just really want like a yellow kit. I know they don't do that for third kits, but just something. I don't know. I know they've got like to make a bit of money on it and stuff, but it's not. Not for me.
Bring out your eyes. No.
Yeah, well, I've got green eyes, so I don't think lilac's maybe the one for that. But yeah, I just it's not for me. I won't be buying it. I doubt will we wear it much? Does anyone know how much we're even going to wear that?
We might as well just wear white, no?
Yeah, exactly, mate. So yeah, it's not for me. I can see how people would like it, and it might be one of them that looks better in the flesh. But nah, it's enough for me. But fair enough. They're going to make the money, haven't they?
Barnes?
I don't like it. I'm gonna.
Finally!
Bloody hell!
I'm not one of those people. It needs to be traditional colour. We're Leeds. We don't have lilac or anything like that. But it's just something about it I just don't like. And I went before the Liverpool game. I went into the shop and to have a look at it, and the quality of it doesn't feel great either. Because you could feel the quality on the other Adidas kits, and they're a bit thicker. But this one feels a bit. Don't know, but the fact that they used the best looking men of the squad, Robin Cocker and Calvin Phillips, to wear the shirt, and there's me, a 39-year-old overweight lad, thinking I could pull that off with a boil. Yeah, I could pull that off, couldn't I? And then you think, I couldn't actually. I'm looking right at getting that.
My lumps, my humps, my lovely oil lump.
Don't check it out.
Get it checked out.
Yeah, that's the one. That was it.
Always get them checked out. You never know.
Ewan.
Please don't come to me.
No.
Miss me out. If you know my view on it, I don't like it. I'm glad everybody else don't like it because it's not just me for a change. There's a massive colour palette out there these days to be able to create kits of as Barney said, different colours. We don't have to stick to yellow, white, and blue, whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm not down with lilac. I think there's plenty of other colours I could have done. Like I've said before, I'm just going to repeat myself. I'm not overly pleased with Adidas thus far on design and quality and just effort, and it's just not a good kit, is it? But you know what? It will sell. I reckon it'll sell. This is not being un-PC at all. I think girls will buy it. I think you'll see a lot of female teams wearing it. I mean, we'll see over the next few weeks when I take my lads to football, because there's a lot of women's girls teams associated to Leeds City Juniors, and we'll see, won't we? But I imagine it'll sell really well with female footballers, and good luck to them if they make some money out of it and it gets a new audience in and somebody else buys a kit who wouldn't normally. Great, good luck on them. It's like I say, I've had my say on it. They're not for me, are they? So I never bought a kit. So there you go.
Yep. So my 2 cents is that there's been loads of great kits this season. If you look at Venezia,
yeah,
they're a similar team to us actually. They were in the they were relegated several times, and they've just got back to Serie A. Beautiful kits. Ajax did a kind of Bob Marley inspired kit. sold out
Beautiful.
in minutes or whatever it was, and they'd
They've had
ordered
to
more.
change. They've had to take some of the design off, haven't they? Because it was an added. Can't remember what the exact word was, but they had some detail on the back, and they've had to take that. Yeah, they've had to take that off. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck getting all those sent back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah. Is that the Marley family estate kicking off about kind of trademarking and stuff? That's peace, love, and unity. Jar,
yeah.
As long as it line your pocket.
Ever sure. Hey, hang on a minute. It's nicked our bloody logo. Get that. You can stop that shit right away. Jesus.
So it can be done. Okay. A few comments. Bremner's Ghost. Evening all. Good evening, Ghost.
Evening,
good
Ghost
to see you.
Bremner.
Bandy is back again. Purple. Whatever next. I've got a good mind to call the police.
Anybody's guess. I remember a girl who was sick on our desk at school once when we were kids, right? And she'd eaten Angel Delight for her dinner, and that's exactly what that kit colour is. Sorry.
Ooh. Angel Delight sick, love it.
Yeah. Bon appetit to anybody.
Enjoy
their dinner.
Enjoy your tea, everybody.
Willie Dewitt, good to see you, gentlemen. Good to see you, Willie.
Yes,
Smudge.
Willie.
Barney Army. Well, there you go.
Get in there.
Bandy says Mills did well for us. Why is he behaving like this now? Cocaine's a hell of a drug, Bandy. That's obviously a joke. Danny's lawyers.
He'll be onto it as well.
Allegedly, yeah, he will. Yeah.
James from Leeds. He's got this laughing, crying emoji and the massage emoji. The thought of Barney massaging Bielsa. If you don't know Leeds, that's a fantastic podcast.
Go on, Leeds. That.
Yeah, give them a listen to. Mills did too many headers, and now he has early onset dementia. Again, this is all alleged.
He wouldn't know.
Nora says, actually, purple would be the one for your green eyes, Wardy.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll still not buy it then.
You could just try it on and fall in love with yourself.
It's not purple, is it? It's lilac.
Yeah.
Third kit doesn't do it for me. Wear the peacocks, not the Parma violets.
Oh, that's a shit sweet as well. I hate Parma violets.
It's the shittiest sweet ever. What was
It
invented that?
is.
Yeah.
Like soap sweets and Parma violets, get away. I don't know why you'd want a sweet that tasted like soap, honestly. Ridiculous.
Welcome to the Candy Shop podcast. Talking all things sweets.
Oh.
Bremner's go third kit. Bandy. I said before, Leeds are very traditionally a very superstitious club ever since Don Revie. I've seen all our top flight title wins, and we have always done our best with the yellow away kit.
I mean, that one you've got now, Donny's a beauty, isn't it?
It's classic.
It's a beauty, isn't it? For those, for the benefit of people listening, I'm wearing the 1989 to 92.
Yeah, it was a few seasons in it, wasn't it?
Promotion. Is that the promotion kit, wasn't it? That's the one we went up.
Yeah, with the nice little buttons on the
I
collar.
love that.
Some things are just left. Stop messing about with stuff. It's not broke. Don't try and fix it. You're making the right arsehole of it anyway.
Right. Just bring out this kit and versions of it.
Every year.
Every year. With the little buttons on the collar.
Lose money. Angus will go mad. He'll say, I told you so. But we'll all...
We'll be happy, though.
8 old blokes who've never bought a kit will be absolutely excited.
Wait till there's a vote on the colour of the third kit from your LUFC dollars.
Super fans. Crypto knobheads.
Yeah.
They'll probably vote red or something, weren't they?
Crypto knobheads. Nora, all three shirts are very simple. They really could have gotten creative with the third. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Another one, Atletico Mineiro. A wonderful kit that was a competition winner that went out for designs, and it's like the map of the coastline. It's very beautiful anyway.
Yeah,
check it out. Bandy, the black training kit should have been our away kit.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
I
actually.
like a black kit. I've got to say that one that we had when Pontus played. I had shorts for that. Thought it was great. People said, "Oh, black kit." You know, where the pantomime villains at, we might as well get used to that. You've seen that today with the FA, which we'll get onto, but we might as well wear black.
Yeah, I love it. I love that one.
Yep. Nora, it's just weird that the purple is so light. It's so similar to the first kit. Isn't the reason for a third kit to be very different?
Not anymore.
They've certainly been very different.
Females, I'm telling you, it's got to be female market that because it's not a masculine colour, is it? And yeah, good luck to them. Like I say, what can I say? Give up. I've resigned myself to just it's shit. They're all going to be. I'm not going to like many. I'm coming forward. So.
And the Pedestrian Podcast has suggested a change to the Roaring Peacock. The name of this podcast is now Old Men Moan at Lilac Clouds.
That's the one.
Sounds good. That was a song in.
Rolls off the tongue.
It's a rave song, that wasn't it, in 90s?
Is it?
Yeah, little fluffy lilac clouds. Yeah.
Old men, moan at lilac clouds.
You can tell he's been in Europe for too long. He's just nosebleed techno all the time. Euro techno.
Bamford played for England. Phillips did well.
Phillips always smashes it. Shame about Bamford, wasn't it? I think it was just a team full of people who wanted to prove something, and we're all trying to score and take shots. I think we've had better service. He might have got something, but yeah, he was making the runs on it, and it was just great to see him there. And you just same with Phillips, that you see him playing for England, you're just so proud. And let's hope he gets another chance with a better players around him. Really, so I think he did. I think he did all the right things. Just apart from skying that ball over the crossbar.
Apart from 3 yards out.
It's still going, that.
It's still outside, isn't it? Yeah.
That one on Chris Waddle's penalty from 1990, just orbiting the earth.
He was just giving all the plastic fans a taste of what it was like to watch him in the Championship.
Yeah, there we go.
Barney, you want to talk about Phillips?
Of course he does.
How long we got?
Get the tissues out. Get tissues out, Barney.
He just gets better and better. He's become like a leader already within the England squad, and he's like one of the main go-tos straight away in that squad. The way he controls the game, the way he just takes control of the game with the players around him. He's actually pointing to Champions League winners. Won the Premier League, saying he should be there, he should be there. So it's just what he's done in a short space of time is phenomenal.
Yeah, his development's miraculous. I think we can all agree on that. You know, I'll be honest, I wasn't convinced to where he's at now. Absolutely superb. I mean, I felt sorry for Bamford. He didn't get a lot, did he? We didn't play particularly fluidly, or he was making runs. And I've said it before about England. They take so long to do all. You know, it's kind of pass it round for half an hour before we start. You know, those incisive runs he makes, those instinctive things that he does, just weren't getting spotted and certainly weren't getting serviced. So felt sorry for him. Hope he does get another chance. Phillips is just Phillips, and I mean, same on the game on Sunday. He was the only player that stood out for Leeds as far as I was concerned, or looked like he could match Liverpool and looked frustrated. But for England, as a Leeds fan, when you've lost a bit of interest in England, not being around it for years, not having any players in the team, it's great just to see people getting an opportunity to go and play, because it does pique your interest, doesn't it, in watching England?
I had this weird moment where it dawned on me that I was actually watching Bamford play for England.
It was weird, wasn't it? It was weird.
Yeah, just how far they've come. It's just unbelievable. I mean, you wouldn't get that without Bielsa, of course. And then he was playing these lovely through balls. And I thought, maybe he could play a 10. But then I saw Rodrigo have a shot against Liverpool. And I realised.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put a striker there.
Yeah, we need to have Bamford as close to the goal as possible, and even then, sometimes
that touch though. Whoa.
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, to be fair, his touch was bad, but it's been bad for us. I think the thing is, he's been picked at a time where he's not in form.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, if football's a confidence game and he's been picked, if he'd have been picked for the Euros, having had a season like that, I think we'd be talking a different story now. But he's picked at a time where it's not quite going for him, is it? For us, and evidently for England,
he's just not getting the chances for club or country, really.
I think it's going to be okay by the sound of it because he's got a hamstring injury, apparently, hasn't he?
Yeah, pinging, which is different from.
Well, I mean, that could mean he could be having a very good time. he could be at one of your little house raves.
Yeah. This is where you inject ecstasy into your leg. That's how your hamstring is pinging. Couple of people in the chat. Ghost says, sick of international breaks. They should only be played in close seasons. Qualifiers in odd years and tournaments in even years.
Good luck with that.
Yep, pedestrian podcast. So the international players would never get a break. So this is the lively debate in the chat here, and of course, add to that the idea that there'll be a World Cup every 2 years.
Man alive.
What is the point?
I mean, Bielsa nailed it, didn't he, in the press conference last week, saying when are these players got to rest? They need rest. These are athletes. They're not machines where they're just going to play football constantly, because they're going to get to a stage where you're going to have some world-class players coming into the league, and they're just not going to be able to fulfill where they are because they're always going to be injured all the time.
Yeah, and the governing bodies, it's evident they haven't got the fans really, or the players' welfare at heart, have they? That's been obvious for a long time.
It's purely
what
money.
Are you doing, Donny? Donny's having Donny's having an episode.
Okay.
Sorry,
are you pinging, mate?
he's doing origami.
It was just an update on the money spider. He decided to make a home on my microphone. So much so that he was reeling in his web.
Oh,
might be a sign that.
So I just thought I'd leave him to one side. Okay, Liverpool.
Oh yes. Let me at it.
Go on, lad.
Go on, then, Rodden.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I mean I can't be asked. Look, it was it was a bit shit, wasn't it? Really. I didn't expect us to win. But it's more the manner that we lost. It was just really poor all over the pitch, wasn't it? I think, like we said, Phillips was really the only player that stood out. But yeah, look, they've got ridiculously good players. And when they have a good day and we have an off day, that's what happens, isn't it? You've got one of the best right-hand sides, I think, in world football in Trent Alexander-Arnold and Salah. And Firpo, I mean, I didn't think he did too bad, but first 20 minutes he was getting turned inside out, wasn't he? But yeah, I mean, they're probably going to do that to most teams in the league. You look at their results week in, week out. It's 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, 5-1. They're a good team. We were just really poor. It's quite disappointing, really. But yeah, they were just faster reactions, faster passing, and it's not nice to see, is it? That how much better someone is. But yeah, again, like I said, disappointing because last season we proved it when we drew with them at home that we can actually do it to them. But like we say, we're not in form at the moment. We're not really in our stride at the moment. We're still finding it, but. Yeah, it was one to forget, really, wasn't it? All round, with the Llorente's injury, with the red card, with the loss, it was just like, I was watching it by then, just like, God, anything else can go wrong. Bielsa gets sent to the stands or something, but no, it was day to forget, really, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm sure we'll get onto the red afterwards. But yeah, it's just a bit shit, really, isn't it? Losing like that.
Yes, it was. I'm glad we didn't do a match review right afterwards.
Oh, no, mate, no.
Definitely a bad idea.
I was wounded after.
Yeah.
Barney, Liverpool, thoughts?
Where do you start? I think it just showed where we're at and where Liverpool are. I know it sounds a ridiculous thing to say, but the gulf in class was just scary sometimes. Like Wardy was saying, the way they just passed the ball so quickly, and some of our players just couldn't keep up. Cooper looked like he was going to do a Cooper for half time.
Tommy.
He scared the hell out of me sometimes during the first half. I just thought he's out of his complete. I mean, I've defended Cooper. Last season, I thought it was absolutely immense. But this season, and especially against Liverpool, he scared the hell out of me. The amount of times he was having misplaced passes, and even Llorente was just shouting him, saying, just calm down. Because he just seemed to have lost his head. And when Cooper loses his head, you know it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
There was other players that you rely on week in, week out that just didn't step up for me. Ayling is still not quite right this season. There's something not quite right there. Mr. Dependable Dallas just wasn't in the right positions at times and then sometimes we seem to be scared with the ball. So we were just hoofing it sometimes into the middle of the pitch and there was no one there. Rodrigo is not a midfielder. It never will be. And I know Bielsa will be, he'll be adamant it's going to work, but it's not going to work with Rodrigo. I'm sorry. With the lack of the midfield was scary again on Sunday. The amount of stuff that Phillips had to do. He played as a number 8. He played as a defensive midfielder. Towards the end of the game, he was pressing more than any other single player. And the amount of times he was passing, waiting for movement, and just players just weren't on it. And the system that we play, you need players on it straight away. Because if one player is not on it, the whole of the game is not going to work for us. It wasn't embarrassing. I think it showed where we're at as a club and where this season is. I still think we'll be top 10 again this season. So it was quite scary.
You're full of confidence then. A ray of sunshine.
It just the way some players. It seemed like the occasion got to them because the atmosphere. I mean, the COP was back to its best on Sunday, I must admit. So there's some of the chants in there, and it just kept on going. But it felt like the first 5-10 minutes, the players were like, shite, what's happening here? We're in front of the crowd now. We're playing Liverpool. It just seemed to get to them too quickly, which was worrying as well.
Yeah, I don't have any much to add to all that. I think there was no player, that made me feel confident throughout the whole game. I thought it was frustrating to watch from the first minute to the last minute. Loads of misplaced passes, Ayling trying to rush to play. The thing that's really worrying, let's go back to the start. We have a situation whereby just my little man's just turned up. We've got a situation here where last year we went to play Liverpool away, first game of the season, got a draw at home. Shay, this is live, mate. Bye. And we've got a situation where we went to Liverpool last year. Couldn't have been more proud. Might have got beaten. Couldn't have been more proud. We've got a draw against them at home. Played really well. How can we go from that to this? There's nothing that we did last year so far this season, not just in one game, because that can happen, that is working. There's no fluidity. There's no 3, 4, 5 runs going on. There's no options on the ball. That's my worry. It's not just about one game, because we had, we've sat here on podcasts before, haven't we, and said, oh, that was dreadful. That was really bad. The Villa game, other games that we've sat here and gone, Jesus, I hope that's not a sign of things to come. And we always bounce back. But let's be honest, people were saying, well, Man United and Liverpool are our benchmark. Yeah, but Burnley and Everton are. And we scored a last-minute equaliser against Burnley, and we came back twice against Everton. And when we were cut, they cut right through us, Everton, didn't they? When they wanted to, there was no resilience to defend Everton's attack. So I have worries, and I don't want to be scaremongering. It's 4 games in. You can't really judge till you're 10, 12, 15 games into the season. But I'm concerned because as players, as we said last year, at the end of last season, are you going to get the same tune out of Dallas, Ayling, Bamford as you got this year? Well, thus far, no. The players that we brought in as marquee signings, as you say, Rodrigo playing out of position. Rafinha looks disinterested and less fired up to go and make things happen. Takes the easy option at times. I don't want it. Super negative, aren't I? But I'm not embarrassed, but it pissed me off watching it because I thought, what the fuck has gone on between the end of last year and this season where people haven't come back with that same appetite, enthusiasm? the same old. We did really well against the top 6 sides at the back end of last season. Why are we playing differently against them now this season? Why are we setting up differently?
Yeah,
it's beyond belief.
We've seen 2 Leeds Uniteds, haven't we? Since Bielsa came, so we've seen the first Leeds United is the one we love. That's 16 seconds in against West Brom, and we smash them all over we're just better everywhere. And we've seen that so many times. Newcastle, Burnley last season, absolutely destroyed teams. Confidence everywhere, everybody's ticking. And then there's the other Leeds United that concedes 3 goals to Cardiff for no reason, and just kind of panics and capitulates. And unfortunately, we do tend to become that other Leeds United, especially when we go 1-0 down. Yeah. And that's sort of happened. We've been behind every single game so far this season. So there's definitely a. You're right there, son.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
My mum would tell you to die quietly.
I've got a bit of a COVID cough, to be honest.
Great old saying.
Fantastic.
No, it's very. I have just watching them. They don't look like the same team. Look a bit jaded. They've come back looking tired. As I say, just something not quite right for me. The whole they're not smiling. They've not note to smile about, have they? They've not won a game yet. They've been hammered twice. But that sort of smiling and sort of camaraderie and comradeship and sort of togetherness and just something it looks missing and I do think we may regret the transfer window not being more active and a bit more aggressive in it because Phillips, you saw Phillips a couple of times on Sunday. He looked pissed off. He looked like, why am I doing 3 people's jobs? Why am I getting run past by 3 or 4 people when there's nobody supporting? It was a couple of times I thought he was like, first time I've ever seen it, signs of him. Don't even want to say it. Barney will have a breakdown. Barney will have a breakdown. But why am I here? What am I doing here? I'm an England international, and I'm getting run ragged by a team that we competed against in 2 games last year. What's going on?
Yeah, well, you could see him. He'd slot in really well for Liverpool as well. To be honest, I don't want to say that, but he would. He's the only player that would go into the Liverpool team. But
we seem to have lost Sam.
Switch him off, mate. Switch him off.
Sam,
you're breaking up, mate.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Oh, God. I mean, just going back to what we were saying about how we're playing, do you not think maybe it could be that teams are a bit more clever to how we play and are exploiting our weaknesses a bit more and pulling players all over the pitch? Because last season teams got some pretty good wins against us by certain, tactics. And do you not think that maybe teams are just starting to really be wise to that?
To a certain extent, I think teams are gonna. It's always second season syndrome, isn't it? But what I found on Sunday was the fact that the way Ailing was trying to do the overlap, and Liverpool knew straight away what they were going to do. They just blocked him straight away.
That's it. Stop the wings, isn't it?
I mean, we like to play in those little triangles, don't we? It's not working for some reason. I don't know. The only game I think, if you look back at the game against Everton, that's a really good result considering where they're at in the league.
And we played well as well in part to that. And but you know what I mean? That's the point, Barry. Like, we've played out of the current top 4. I know it's 4 games in, but we've played 3 of them. We've played some good teams. You know what I mean? There is a bit of perspective to be had, and as well, Burnley. We drew against them, late equaliser, but they're a tough team to beat. You've got to remember how physical they are. They do that week in, week out against teams, and sometimes it comes off, but a lot of teams do find a way. But look, we've got winnable games coming up. I think maybe after another 6-7 games, we can really see what the crack is. But I think for now, it's not been too bad a start, and we're certainly not the third in the bottom 3, of shit teams in the league, are we? We're certainly way better than the worst teams in this league. So I don't think there's any need to worry, is there? It's just, like I say, it is a bit thinking, "Oh, we're not playing how we usually do." But
the thing is, though, for me as well, is that we've had these sort of blips during the season with Bielsa, and we think, "Oh, it's not working." But the fact it started at the start of the season, it's that sort of, dare I say, that Leeds mentality of the negative straight away. We're going to get relegated. We haven't done well in the transfer window. We should have done this. We should have done that. But we've had that after Christmas where with 2 or 3 games it hasn't worked right, and it always comes good, and the players always step up again. I just hope that on Friday we'll see that, and we'll see a different side come out, and we'll see a defence, we'll see a midfield rather than just Phillips on his own.
Just like Sam's on his own, he's back. I agree with you, Barney. I think it's easy to get upset and judge on, and we had it many times. Like I did make that point that we said it loads of times last season. There was games where you thought, "What's going on?" They've really let themselves down. You're embarrassed. Man United is a typical example last year, and they always seem to bounce back quickly and put it right. And you've got every faith. We've said it before in Bielsa and the team to do that. I think Sam's right though that the people have worked us out. If you look so far, Burnley didn't really get close to us massively last year, and they sort of had a good game against us. Everton, a decent side, no more than that. Liverpool, Man United did what Liverpool, Man United do, but I do think they need to do it quickly, because I think you get into sort of 8, 9, 10 games and you're still down there. You put pressure on yourself, and I think that the fans being back in has made a massive difference. I think. You know what Ellen Road's like. When it's going well, it's a brilliant place to be, and it drives the team on, and it sucks that goal into the net at the Cop end. And when it's not going well, it's just it's an unforgiving place to be. And at the moment, you can hear some of them groans. Let's just stay positive and trust your swing.
We all talked about it before we came back to the Premiership. How long it would take before survival wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I just think it's so easy to melt down. And if I wasn't so active on social media, I probably wouldn't have noticed how bad other people felt the transfer window was going. And I think we've spent a lot of money on players who it hasn't really worked out. If you look at the likes of Rodrigo, the likes of Costa, this is a significant amount of money when you add it all up, and so I don't think that always throwing money at the issue works. So I wasn't really bothered too much about that, although a midfielder would have been nice. But I'm just waiting to see that other Leeds United. That's all. The one where 6 or 7 of the players are all hitting their form, and then we are able to win those individual battles all over the pitch. It was too easy for Salah to roll Firpo, take him out of position, leave massive space for Trent to exploit. But that is Salah and Trent, like Barney said earlier.
Some of the best, and I think it is just going to take one win and we'll be better. The confidence without the smile on the face, and let's hope it's against Newcastle, because to be honest, they're shit, aren't they? They are shit.
Yeah.
So one win there, I think it would be a complete turn of form, and we will get back to there. It's not complete doom and gloom, is it? We have just started the season. I think one win, I think we'll be all right.
And that's the perspective for me as well.
To be fair to Newcastle, last year they created loads of chances against us. I just want to get round to Barney. I just want to get round to the chat, because I haven't done it in ages, and people are going to be like, "He hasn't read me chat out." So earlier we were talking about the internationals. Pedestrian said international players would never get a break, and Bremnisco said they get 4 weeks a year, the same as the rest of humanity. Lord Bamford, as a fringe player, you must force the issue. It's survival of the fittest. I thought he almost scored from the halfway line against Liverpool.
Oh yeah,
one of the few highlights.
Certainly he's starting to get that mentality, isn't he? Let's face it, it's not like players are doing 60-hour week. Pedestrian said if Bielsa could get them in on the night shifts, he would. on the night shift. Bandy, every 2 years, another reason to call the police, referencing the World Cup every 2 years. Bremner says Struijk tackled the season, never a red.
We got that still to come, haven't we?
Yeah. Bandy says that spider's been living on that mic for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, true.
He's been
Cooper
doing testing like that with his legs.
Mic check 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Cooper and Ayling at centre back versus Newcastle, 2 most of out of form players together as a pair in grey. It's funny you should say that. We were talking earlier on the youth pod, and we think that they'll go 3 at the back against Newcastle because Newcastle play with a 2 up top. So we might see Charlie Creswell in there.
It just never works with 3 at the back. It's just we're not as attacking for some reason with 3 at the back. It just doesn't seem to work for me.
I think we look more solid at the back though. I do like. I
just
think
less shipping going forward. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, shipping three goals, 2 or 3 goals, or 4 or 5. a game is very difficult to win, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cooper should have been off for that elbow on Jota on the edge of the box. God knows how VAR missed it, says the Pedestrian Podcast.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
I don't remember it either. Also, I'm giving a lot of shout-outs to the Pedestrian Podcast because that's simply his name. So fantastic marketing there.
Yeah.
What's the podcast? Is it about walking?
I don't know. We'll have to ask. Let us know in the chat.
I'll just stand in there and just.
No, it looks like there's a party going on at Barney's.
Whoa, it does, doesn't it? He's in the red light district again.
Somebody else was saying
I need to get some. Bear with us. I might put another light on. Just bear with us.
It's in Amsterdam. So some girl's going to come dancing up behind him in a minute.
No, he is the girl in the window, isn't he?
Yeah. That's what I mean. He's in the window. Paul, is Barney getting a tan in that light?
Yeah.
Bremner's goes, the weekend starts here. Well, the weekend will start at Newcastle, won't it? And hopefully with another 5-0 win. Did we beat them 5-0? They scored
5-2, I think, wasn't it?
5-2, yeah.
Oh, they scored 2, yeah.
Yeah.
They were always going to concede the odd 2 goals, aren't we?
Yeah, that was a hell of a game. I remember Jack Harrison's in the last minute. Ooh. Those are my goals of the season, that. Absolute screamer.
That was Bryn Law's famous commentary. You know what? He's just done there, don't you?
No, Bryn, if you could tell me, that's your job, mate.
People listening on the radio. Rush through these comments then. Bremnes goes, wonder when Bielsa will ask for crowns at Thorpe Arch. Paul, homeboy, watch your ears. Nora, love your little boy, says Nora.
Bless him. I'll tell him to come back if you want, but we might disrupt. He's disruptive. He just walked in, so he probably didn't realise it was live. Bless him.
Bandy says, I would soon see Shackleton instead of Rodrigo. Indeed, Rodrigo should have gone to Barcelona. Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me with the deals they've been doing now. Loaning Griezmann for 80 million for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, literally.
It's terrible. Puts Rizdale into perspective. Paul Homeboy, if we are 1% of off, we don't work against the top teams. That's what we get with our style. Nora says this is quite the cheery podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're doing our best, Nora.
And when you read the list of topics, I thought, Jesus, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be.
You might start playing that dirge music they play at funerals in the background.
Bandy, imagine we have to watch that stuff in our own house. Pedestrian, we've played 3 of the top 7 teams, being literally beaten up by Burnley so far. That's true. I think the ref lost control of that game. Just need a win, and Newcastle is perfect for that. Paul said, well said. Per fucking perspective. Nora said, well said, Ewan. I don't know what that was referring to. You said something good, Ewan.
At some point.
Yeah, fine. I'll take that. Anything's good. Yeah, 1 bit's fine.
Hopefully a win should get the mindset back. Right now, we're not imposing ourselves. So Bandy, 3 of the current top 4 and Burnley should have been down to 10 after 20. 10 after 20. Sounds like a...
new game show, that,
yeah, new game show. That's right.
10 after 20.
And now we're on to the 9. Just one more to go. Sadly, we can't hide it. Things are scary now, says Bandy. Could be worse, lads. We're already 2 points better off than Blunts were last Christmas. Ups and downs. Jesus, did they get 2 points?
Yeah.
Don't agree. What scares me is the lack of faith in Bielsa from our fans. We love Bielsa. It's just scary. And oh, Nova. Hello, Nova. Fuck's sake, I keep missing these or catching them late. Need to fix my notifications. That's a great point. Thank you, Nova. If you haven't, ring the bell and click subscribe. That'd be great. Okay. Struijk, Pascal Struijk. He made a great tackle.
Unbelievable.
What do we think of that?
Do you know what? It's a tackle that, if you play football and when you can't go in, you go in at a certain angle to loop your sort of good foot around the ball. Generally, that player falls over you. You stand up and you walk away with the ball. It's been done millions of times before. It's a great tackle. When it comes off, it looks brilliant as well because you sort of look in control, and the player who thinks he's going to beat you falls over, ends up on his ass, and you're away. And it's a brilliant tackle. The only thing that you could argue is his left leg is his standing legs kind of slipped away from him, and caught Elliot, and he's obviously landed awkwardly, underneath that leg into the ground on his ankle, and it's obviously caused a significant and a serious injury. God bless the kid, but that is never in a million years a red card. We're biased, aren't we? But you could watch that for any other team and think it's not a red card. It'll be rescinded. But ultimately, deep down, we all knew it wasn't going to be rescinded. We all knew that they wouldn't backtrack on that because it makes the referee look bad. Then it brings into question what Klopp's role in that was, because why should he be on the pitch? Nobody else gets away with that. There's so many things about it that were really deviant and just wrong. But ultimately, it isn't a red card. The kid himself said it's not a red card. Virtually every other professional who's not got a vested interest to shit on Leeds like Danny Mills will say it's not a red card. I read Ali McCoy's comments today, not just saying it was a poor decision not to rescind it, but absolutely belligerent and passionately saying what a joke of a decision. It makes a mockery of football. The fact that Sons, that he broke somebody's leg without touching the ball or getting anywhere near the ball, got rescinded, and other ones have been rescinded, which are far worse and caused far worse injuries and have had far more intent than Struijk's did. It's just embarrassing. We're getting to a point now where you just don't, you don't know what decisions they're going to come up with in a game. It's embarrassing, and they want to have a good look at themselves, because if a kid can't go in alongside somebody and again loop that foot round and take the ball, wasn't given as a foul in play. Referee never blew his whistle. Played on. Only when Salah went up and Klopp came on the pitch and all the team that are around him came on kicking off, did it suddenly become a serious issue. I heard today that fourth official gave it as a sending off. Since when? Without looking at VAR and having a look at it, does a fourth official make a decision? That's a new one. Yeah. It's just bullshit. There's no consistency.
Yeah,
they advised him. He advised him in his ear. Apparently, that's what.
Look on VAR. That's what it's fucking there for. It's like you've not given it as a decision. There must be some controversy there because you've not spotted it as even a foul. He's saying it should be a sending off. Go look at VAR.
Go and have a look at it.
He didn't even do it, and that's because Klopp's in his ear on the pitch. Shouldn't be on the pitch. Oh, he's concerned about his player. He's concerned about his player. Bullshit.
Yeah,
he's gone on and he's had a word in referee's ear, hasn't he? And like I say, I didn't even bother looking at whether they were going to appeal or not. I thought Bielsa, the way he is, was like, we don't argue with what the referee decides. That's the decision he's made. He may not even do it. You might as well not have bothered, because you knew for a fact there's no way they're going to do us any favours. That's the way it's always been at Leeds United. They love, they'll think, oh, they're on a low ebb. Let's get another player suspended for a couple of games where they might actually get something from. I always think they're out to get us, paranoia, whatever you want to call it. I've just witnessed it. It's not paranoia. I've witnessed it in 40 years of my life watching Leeds, that they always seem to get the short end of the stick. Yeah. And terrible decisions that nobody seems to think. It's almost like, yeah, it's Leeds. Fuck it. Let's leave that one lying. They don't deserve to get, I think the Championship need us back. You know, I saw some of the crowds this weekend, Hull away, and the Derby game where Birmingham, where there's no atmosphere, there's nobody in the grounds. They just want us back in Championship, don't they, bastards?
460 away fans.
Yeah.
Woo!
Barney, Struijk.
I can't say much more to what Ewan said. I mean, I was in the cop, and when he did that tackle, I was like, "Fucking get in!"
Exactly.
Like that. It was a right tackle. Then all of a sudden, like all the players were on the pitch. Well, obviously they were on the pitch, but the subs were on the pitch. Clock came on, and it just seems like it was a compassionate red. I think someone's just said that actually. A compassionate red saying that they've given him a red because he's gone down and his ankle's been dislocated. I feel sorry for Struijk because he's not that kind of player whatsoever. And I was thinking today, I mean, everyone's saying, "Oh, Elliot is only 18; he's a young lad." Struijk's 22.
Yeah, he's still young, isn't he?
He's still young himself, and I hope this isn't going to affect his development, where he's going to think, "Can I go in for a tackle?" Because last time I did a tackle, I might have nearly ended someone's career. I just think the whole consistency as well. I mean, we don't want to end up being like Liverpool being the victims, but there's some of the tackles that we've seen last season and the season before with Son.
Sorry, Manny.
Lifted you up off the fucking chair, that did.
Sorry, Manny. As you were.
It just levitated for about 3 seconds then.
For the benefit of people listening, Sam Ward has just
They won't need
ripped,
to have it
let one
explained.
rip.
It's an absolute ripper, that one, it.
Yeah.
He even lifted his ass as well to do it. Wasn't even discreet. It was like, "Oh, hello."
I thought it was going to be silent. Sorry, Barney.
Yeah, fucking disgusting wad.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
It's just the lack of consistency. And this season, they were going to say we're going to be a bit more lenient with tackles. And I bet in a couple of weeks' time, there's going to be a new law that will come out saying we can't be lenient with tackles anymore because of what happened at Leeds with Liverpool. It's just
the kid plays the game. He accepts that things happen. You get injured. It's not always a mad tackle that gets you injured. It can be the most innocuous thing that gets you injured. That lad, Harvey Elliott, God bless him. He's been probably the biggest about it. Forget about, I'm not going to criticise Liverpool fans who got on it because there's idiots in every fan base. We've got them as well. But, to suggest it was a malicious tackle's bullshit. Suggest you've never played the game at any decent level or at any level at all. So suggest that it was a definite red. I'm not going to say there aren't arguments to say you could send him off, but it was the way it was done. If the referee had blown up for a foul, they looked at it on VAR and said, "Yeah, it's a red." Fair enough. There was none of that went on. It was completely amateur. Pawson constantly makes mistakes like that where he just seems to make a decision, then give in to like influences, whether it's from the crowd or whatever. It's just the kid plays the game. He understands that you can get injured, in a tackle that's not a bad tackle. It's just unfortunate. He said that himself. He's deleted tweets he's made since the announcement of the, not having the red card rescinded, because he'll probably get in trouble for telling the truth, and that's where we've got to as a game now. You're not allowed to say what the reality is because somebody will go, "Oh, you're not allowed to do that because it'll make Craig Pawson look bad or it'll make the VAR team look bad." Or fuck them. Do your job properly.
yeah.
Wardy, was the fart your input?
It's is all right. I'm not sure myself. Sorry, Barney. I feel bad there. I probably interrupted your flow there.
Well, no one can interrupt your flow.
I know,
No,
exactly.
that's it. Yeah.
You need to go have a complimentary whiteboard. Or what?
Yeah, I will do after that. Yeah. Like it was a great tackle. They're the sort of tackles, like Barney says, that you just fucking love, don't you? Get off your feet, and even I was just like, come on, that's the sort of one you get. And he made the tackle, and it was after he'd won the ball and turned it. His left leg, actually, obviously we all seen it, got caught on top of his ankle. And in no way is that a red card. I don't think, like we've all said, accidents happen, and it was a horrible accident, but like you said, there's no need to ban him for what was a perfectly good tackle. And I think Barney put on Twitter today that Baldock tackle on Tyler Roberts last season. That is honestly a horrendous tackle. Again, because he injured himself, nothing happened to him. And even after the game, everyone was like, "Oh, we had a head injury." It's like he's actually gone 2-footed off the ground. Pascal Struijk was just a beautiful tackle that was just a really unfortunate accident, but. Look, you just can't be giving red cards for injuries. It has to go on the tackle. And he played on, and I don't care what he says. He was never going to pull that back and give a red card. He played on. I've seen the video. We've all seen it where Klopp goes on. He's talking with his hands. He's screaming at him. Klopp's meant to be one of the best managers in the world, and he was so unprofessional there. I seen a video of him as well, shouting at the West Stand, swearing at them, having a go at them. Look, he's meant to be one of the most elite managers in the world, and he lost his head, and it's just so unprofessional. But I can understand, one of your players has just gone down with a horrendous injury. I can see that, but you've got to keep your cool head, and he marches straight over to Pawson, has a word with him, a good maybe 2-minute chat with him, and then as soon as he finishes that chat, Pawson goes and gives him a red. And it's just like they can't be so easily swayed. He has to go with his gut instinct, and even if, like we said, if he's getting told in his ear, "Oh, like that's a bad tackle," maybe have a look. Have a look. That's what VAR is for. Go to that daft little telly, have a look at it, see what he thinks. Don't just be going what people are talking in his ear, because that's just. What's the point of having a ref if that's how easily swayed you are? I could put bloody Klopp in the middle. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It really did annoy me, and it's annoyed me seeing some people's opinions on it that really think it was a horrible tackle, and people pausing it where he's off the ground. But I mean, people are off the ground running. Do you know what I mean? You can pause anything to make it look bad, but if you watch it in real time and even in slow motion, it was fine. But
there was two for Burnley on Monday night. There was one from behind, scissor tackle from behind. Tarkovsky's off his feet, both feet.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the
they
tackle
did that
by
to us as well.
Yeah, exactly. They get away with it. Why they get away with more than everybody else, I do not know. Because if we were tackling like that, I guarantee we'd have no players left on the pitch. 100%.
Exactly. Donny, what about you, mate? How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that during emotionally charged moments of games, managers run onto the pitch and do knee slides and all sorts. There's that one of Hasenhüttl where he starts to run on the pitch. It's become a meme, and then he's like, "Oh no!" I do think I thought it was an automatic yellow card if a manager runs onto the pitch. I think it's understandable, but I think that the laws have to reflect that they have to be consistent. Consistency is a big problem. I think it's a very vague rule to say out of control. It can just be completely interpreted however you want. Yeah, I think that's far too subjective. Was it a free kick? I think if he doesn't get injured, it's not a free kick. I think it's a very good tackle, especially when they've said they're being more lenient with tackles this season. So I don't even think it's a free kick. Should the play have been stopped? Yes, obviously. They need to stop players running up and surrounding a referee anyway. That's been a problem for years. Feel sorry for Elliot, but he knows the risks he takes when he goes onto a football pitch. Am I surprised that Struijk got banned? No.
No.
It's expected. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, they weren't going to rescind it either, were they? Because it's like, let's face it, that's just undermines whole refereeing, doesn't it? If they have a huge ankle break like that, or dislocated, whatever it was, and you just overturn it, what sort of message does that send out? But yeah, it's not good, is it?
I said, the kid Elliot's been absolutely brilliant about it.
That's great to see.
He was from the first minute till now. He's been really supportive of Pascal, who was another young player who was obviously affected by what had happened to him, and good on him. If everybody else was a bit more reasonable and a bit more sort of philosophical about things, we wouldn't be where we are now with it, would we? And I don't want football to be. I don't want kids to get injured. You don't want lads to, affect their career by poor tackling. But everybody wants to see a good tackle, like you said, Barney. You know, when you see somebody go flying and win a ball, it just gets everybody going again. We needed it at that time as well. It got everybody on it. You know, we were was it 2-0 down at that time?
2-0, yeah.
That could have been the turning point, and it gets turned into a complete farce. And it's just a sense. It's football's become this sensationalist sport now, where we don't talk about the game. In a way, that's a good thing because we were fucking awful. You know, we talk about the incident, the one incident that we can go on about for days and days, and talk sport, get all over it, and go on about it and have phone-ins about it. You know, anything that they latch onto, you know, it's not about the game. It's about sensationalism, clicks, people ringing in and having a go. That's all it's about. It's not about the game anymore. And you can't have tackles like that getting ruled out of the game, because when it's done right, I showed my lad, I said, I'll show you exactly what he was trying to do. And I showed him that loop tackle. And it was like I just got in a little wormhole of YouTube clips of people doing that tackle. And when it's done right, it's one of the most beautiful things in football.
It really is. It's a beauty, isn't it?
It's a great tackle. Hey-ho.
Yep. I think the frustrating thing for most of us is just that the inconsistency, and especially when you look at Burnley a few weeks ago when we played them, and you know they were kicking us all over the pitch, and the ref was doing nothing about it. Few of your comments then, and then I think we've got to be wrapping it up. Bremner's goes, fuck the FA. Bandy says, simple, short, sweet, and straight to the point there, Ghost. Bandy says, Craig Pawson, what would you call him? I have a few choice words. Compassionate red for the cameras. Paul says, it was a total Leeds decision. My first game was in 1970. We never get a break. Ghost says, ironic how the Sky cameras cut away and showed no replays. Yet 2 months ago, all of Europe got a 15-minute lesson in CPR. Yeah. I tell you what, that Ericsson incident, that haunted me.
Yeah, it was nice, was it?
Well, it was unbelievable when they zoomed in. He was clinically dead, and you just saw you just basically looking at a dead body.
Yeah. And you know how their manager just stood on the sidelines and didn't run into the referee, didn't do anything wrong. He just stood there and waited to see what the crack was. You know, that's in my eyes how it should be, rather than Klopp running on, going mad.
Why has he not said to Klopp, get off? You should have told him to get off the pitch straight away, but he stood talking and engaging with him. It's like, wowie.
Okay, yep. Wrap these comments up then. Nora, the inconsistency is the frustrating thing about it. Bandit, that fart is what Sam thinks of Craig Pawson. Hold on, boys. Let's remember on 72 minutes, Cooper put in the same challenge on Mane as Pascal did to Elliot, and the ref had nothing to say of it. Bandit Gary Neville said that was exactly the same challenge on commentary. Nova, Rafinha against Man City last season, UFC Burnley the other day. Yep. One rule for them, another for us. Paul agreed to see it. We get some shockers against us. Ghost says, face it, whenever it comes to Leeds, refs and the FA's decision making has the same consistency as Ewan's Angel Delight vomit.
Smooth.
Sub clubs are more equal than others, says Bandit. And Barney has to go in 5 minutes, so we'll wrap it up very quickly. What's your thing? And I'll tell you mine. Emma Raducanu. Tennis. I watched tennis for the first time in years. That was very good.
Yeah, I never saw that, to be honest, mate. But what a win!
Yeah. Anything new this week, Wardy? You watch a movie or a TV show? Did you do something fun?
I started. Have you seen Breeders with Martin Freeman, the comedy? Brilliant comedy. Yeah, I started watching that. My missus absolutely love that. I love Martin Freeman, everything he does. One of my favourite actors. But yeah, Breeders comedy. If you've not watched it, get on it. It's on Sky.
Okay, have to check that out.
Yeah, do
Barney?
it.
Tennis were brilliant, wasn't it? I watched that. Really good. I had a bit of a cry. It was quite emotional, actually.
You're an emotional man.
I am an emotional man, but it was just
fine, Barney.
It was absolutely fantastic tennis as well. And I thought it was quite good that after all the shit she got from Piers Morgan and other people saying that she was a failure because of what happened at Wimbledon. Well, fuck you. She's won the American Open, US Open.
Yeah.
Not the American Open as well. She didn't win the golf as well, did she? She's bloody good. Tennis on Friday, golf on Saturday, Grand National on
Super Bowl,
Kentucky Derby on Sunday.
Kentucky Derby.
What a girl, man!
And then plays in midfield for Leeds on Friday against Newcastle.
Yeah, sign her up.
Done a better job than Rodrigo, to be fair.
Radu, sign her up.
Yeah. My thing was, right, I'm not watching. I'm finished with sport. I'm done, lads. So you won't want to have me on this podcast anymore because I watched Friday night. Started, but Rhinos got absolutely thumped. They were terrible, right? It was awful. Then I watched Sam Eggington fight Jiu-Jitsu, French kid. Absolutely, what a fight! Superb fight. Probably they'll be up for fight of the year. I would have thought. Went the full distance. Absolute war. Eggington likes a war anyway, but I'd never heard of this kid. He was 15-0. Quite a pretty kid, into rap music, and I thought he'll have thought nobody, he'll be straight out of here. Tough kid, great fight. On terrestrial telly, which I love boxing being on, Channel 5 rather than paying for Eddie Earn's bloody clown show. Brilliant, right? Then Saturday, I went to watch. My lads trained on Saturday, but Sunday, what a horrible day for sport. I went to watch both my lads. One of them got beat 6-0. The other one got beat 5-1. Leeds got beat 3-0. So basically, I'm having a bit of time off sport. That was my thing.
Fair enough after that, mate.
My lads' teams very rarely get beat, particularly not heavily. They're both competitive, and particularly Luca's team are really good. They finished, high up in the league last year, and a really competitive team. And they just first game of the season just didn't turn up. It was horrible to watch. And then went to watch my other lad, thinking, well, he might make up for it. They got beat as well, and then came on to watch Leeds get thrashed. So not a great day, to be fair.
If Carlsberg did Sundays, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You lose some, you lose some.
Yeah, there you go. It's character building.
Last few comments, then we'll say goodbye. So thank you very much for watching. Bandy says, "Here, big man in the bottom corner." That's. Is that Barney? It could be Ewan. It's one of you.
Yeah, one of you.
Bremner's Ghost bets. It's not me or you, Sam. At least.
No.
Ghost said, I bet Rad sends Emirado Kanu a lilac kit.
Oh, yeah.
That would be actually a very good idea, though.
It would.
That would get some numbers. Yeah.
And as long as he doesn't send any of us a lilac kit, we'll be this one's
return to sender straight away.
Yeah. Bandy says, anybody seen Clickbait? I haven't.
No, I've heard it's good though.
Nope. Colin Warrington, ups and downs. There we go. So that was your fortnight.
Just before you go, some breaking news.
Yeah.
Derby and the EFL would see come to agreement that the club could be docked 9 points with an extra 3 points, 12 in total, suspended. No deal yet over business plan. Yeah, I presume so. Yeah.
What are they doing? What are Derby doing?
There you go. That's some great news for us to wrap up.
Who are Derby sleeping with?
It's made me feel a little bit better. I know.
How did they get away with this shit?
I don't know.
Something going on, isn't there?
9 points.
I just had a feeling when you said breaking news then, I just thought he's going to get Katie to pop his boil live on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's got to be done, man. Get that boil pop live on the podcast. Just imagine the viewing figures, man. That is one way to go viral.
Yeah, that would be beauty, that.
Come on, Barney, you know it makes sense, love.
No. Definitely not.
Well, I've shit myself live on air, mate. You can get the ball. Yeah. I need to shake out my trouser leg still. Still in there.
He's going to clean himself up.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
On that note, I need to go because my wife needs a laptop back.
Okay. Cheers, everybody. So that was your fortnight of Leeds United and miscellaneous boils and farts. My name's Adonis. You know me as at the Headlights on Twitter. It's very goodbye from me. Joining us was the Warden of the North at LUFC Warden.
Good night, everyone.
At Barney LUFC 21 was Barnes.
Go on, Leeds!
And Machiavelli, the Prince of Darkness, at Ewan Metcalf.
When I say that.
Let's smash the Geordie back.